Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Mehwish. I'm with you in another interactive session for MRCOG-1 students. And I have told you this is specially organized for the students who have just taken the January exam and the result is out. Hello, Dr. Shan. How are you? Dr. Nooraf Shah, welcome in the session. Dr. Nafia, welcome in the session. All the members of the session, welcome. So, the purpose of today's session is that we need to talk about something. Team, can you please check this audio issue with Dr. Rabia? And I guess other students can hear me properly. Okay, so we can start it again. I'm Dr. Mehwish. Welcome in the session for MRCOG-1 students from MedExam Expert. It's a free session in which we are discussing some very important topics with the students who took the January exam, and it's specially organized for the ones who couldn't clear the exam, who couldn't get the desired result. And this is something we need to work on. We need to discuss this. What can be the cause of a result like this, and how to fix it. So this is the title of your session, and you can see this is a very positive and this is a very motivating title, Turn Your Hurdle into Success. So this title is showing that your life is not like ending here. You have your full life in front of you, and one unsuccessful attempt, one unsuccessful result is not deciding whether you will be an MRCOG or not. Here you have to be very, very positive that you can turn your hurdle into success just by two things. And those two things are very, very obvious. You need to do some hard work and you need a little guidance. And I'm sure all the wonderful students who took the January exam, they were so hopeful about the result. And I'm sure that the news of the result, if it's not what you wanted, and obviously everyone wants to pass the exam, but when you come to know about something which was not which you were not expecting. So it's very difficult time. I can understand that. But if you are a postgraduate student of obstetrics and gynae, I'm sure you are already dealing with a lot of stress and difficulties in the life, and you have like gone through them so gracefully, so beautifully, and now you are attending another post graduation exam. So this is something which you can you can honor yourself with something that if there is another difficulty in front of you, you can deal with it with the same grace and with the same courage. And I'm sure all the students from the mid exam or those who were not attending the course before, or they were not the part of our courses or the workshop or the progressive course, I'm sure they will do a little more hard work and they will definitely clear the exam. So today we have Dr. Labika with us. Hello, Dr. Labika. Walaikum assalam. And Dr. Nooraf Shah is also here. Dr. Rabia, is this voice issue is solved? What do you say? Am I audible to you now? Okay, great. So what we're going to discuss today, what to do and what to not to do after not getting through the exam. I'm not using a word which is very negative, which is not very motivating, and I'm not going to use that word, and that word is failure. Okay, I'm not calling my student fail. Why I'm not calling my student fail? Because MRCOG-1 is not deciding anything. It's not deciding your fate in obstetrics and in gynecology career. It's a post-graduation exam. You all are already taking post-graduation exams in your country, and this is an additional degree. For the ones who are working in the UK, those students must be very upset if they are not going through the exam in the first attempt. But that's also something which is giving them more strength, because if they are attending it again, they can definitely clear it. So all other students who are not working in UK and they are attending this exam, this is an additional post-graduation degree, and I motivate and encourage students to take this degree. This is like a very prestigious one. Being an MRCOG is like being you are a qualified, more qualified doctors than others, and it's a very, very valuable exam. So I'm just writing you couldn't get through it, and there must be a cause, because if I mark you a failure, if I mark you the one who is just failing the exam, that means it's a title which you can't give yourself. You should not ever accept that title for yourself. Why? Because in your life you are like already, you have passed more than 20 to 30 exams already. So if there is one exam in which you were like not getting the desired result, you can't label yourself, you can't title yourself as failure. It's just an unsuccessful attempt, and I'm quite much sure that you will be going through it very easily in the coming exam. So we always tell our students that if you are falling down 1,000 times, stand up 1,001 times, and no matter how hard your life is, keep fighting. This is a very good quote, and we keep on telling our students that you need to not only motivate yourself, you also need to work hard for the success. So we have Dr. Vaishnavi here. Welcome, Dr. Vaishnavi. I'm so glad you joined the session. Amongst the candidates who wants to discuss the circumstances, who wants to discuss the difficulties which they face during the preparation, whether you have passed the exam or not, whether you have taken the exam or not, if you want to discuss the difficulties of preparation, we all are here with you to discuss it, and we are going to bring out a solution. Individually, we can discuss that what solution can be best for you if you want to take the exam. We have Dr. Afsha Noor Afsha. Ma'am, I am in July batch, but I like to hear your valuable advice. That's why I joined. Okay, Dr. Noor Afsha, be more specific and please tell me what kind of advice you want, because I'm sure the study material, the study room, which is very organized, and the website you are given, the study materials are more than enough. And if anyone is preparing for July exam, he should be very, very hopeful that he can clear the exam with this proper guidance. We have Dr. Prerna. Dr. Prerna is saying how to prepare for MRCOG-1 along with my everyday duties for July batch. Dr. Prerna, it's a very good question, and I actually wanted to talk about it. Duties. These duties are like, these are with everyone. It's happening to all Ops Gynae students who are working in Ops Gynae and they are attending MRCOG 1 or 2 exam. So post-graduation exams are always like this. You must be having some family responsibilities also. And there is like self-care, children care. You are living with different kinds of family members. You have a husband, you have like in-laws and a lot of things which you are dealing with. So in the post-graduation exams, one thing which I want to tell you is that which you should like keep this advice with you till your exam day. Do not think that preparing so deeply and so you are trying to cover 100% everything, it won't work for you. Okay, so if you are talking about physiology today with me, that hello, Dr. Mehwish, I'm starting the physiology. So what book should I read for the physiology? So if I'm saying go and take Guyton and you read all the physiology from A to Z, and you will be answering all the questions of from the physiology in the exam, this would be a stupid advice. But what I would suggest to a student, I would say start reading the theory book, which is special designed for MRCOG-1, or take some sessions with a mentor who is highly skilled in teaching for MRCOG-1. Once you are done taking the session, summarize it, summarize the information, and then keep this information in your mind until exam day. You are only advised to give that material 1 to 2 revisions. When you start reading everything in so much detail, this is something you are killing your preparation and you are not doing it correctly. Do everything, but in a way that you summarize the things and you only do the important points. So this is the advice for you, that if you are working, you are dealing with the kids, you are dealing with the family, do everything, know about the syllabus, but in a summarized way and like superficial study. I don't want you to go into the details of all the subjects and waste your time. So what are the things which you need to do for the coming attempt? First thing which I want to tell you is that you don't have to wait for like 1 year or 2 year for taking the other attempt. I would say if a person is not able to clear the January exam, I would say go and take the July exam, because most of the students who have shared their scores with me, and they have told me that they are like getting more than 60%. So the passing percentage is 68%, and a person who is getting 63 or 64, 65, I know it's a very, very hard luck, and it's very difficult to even digest that you couldn't clear the exam with like 3 or 4% marks. So it's a very important thing to consider, that how to improve it. And here you don't have to start from like A. You have to start with the basics, and you don't have to read everything now. You only have to improve yourself a bit to take the desired score. So if you are targeting more than 70%, and if you already got 64, then it's not like this is not something you can't achieve in 3 to 4 months. So go for the coming attempt, take the July exam, take help, take correct guidance, and practice daily, practice the correct study material, and then take the July exam with a lot of positivity and hope. And after deciding that which attempt you are going to take, because a lot of students were telling me that they are going to take another exam of their country and they can't take the July attempt. So in that case, you can take the January from the next year. So what I would say, once you have decided that which exam you are going to take, find the cause of your failure. I'm using this word to just push you a bit, that what can be the cause. If there was an MCQ and you couldn't mark the correct answer, what can be the cause? So, what do you think, doctors? What can be a cause that there was an MCQ, there was an SBA, and you couldn't mark the correct answer? We're not talking about 200 questions. We're not talking about the whole paper one and paper two. We're just talking about one SBA. So what do you think, Dr. Prerna? What do you think? If you are unable to solve an SBA, what can be the reason?
Maybe, ma'am, the SBA that has come, our concepts are not clear regarding that particular SBA. That's why we got confused and we were not able to answer the correct one.
Okay, good. And Dr. Prerna is also saying lack of revision. These
Yeah.
both causes are correct. If you have done with a chapter for, say, physiology, you are doing it today, and then you don't revise it. And before exam, you don't revise the important points. There is a lot of information in the mind of the doctors which doesn't require a revision. But there are always some points, and these some points are specific for the individuals. If I am very bad in the respiratory physiology, I need to revise the respiratory physiology before exam. And if I'm good at GIT physiology, I do not have necessarily, I should not go for that topic in which I'm good at. So the individual has to understand which topics they have to revise before the exam. Okay. And there is another thing, doctor is saying that that particular SBA which you have marked wrong, you have lack of information. That means you have not studied that at all. And for this thing, doctors, you have to fix it by this way, that you have to understand that MRCOG has a certain syllabus. It's unlike other exams. It's unlike PLAB. It's unlike FCPS. It's unlike MRCP. So if you are a doctor and you have started studying for MRCOG and you say that I feel like MRCP books are more easy to understand, MRCP books are more detailed, they have more concepts, so I will follow those books. So that's the biggest mistake. If you are reading for MRCOG1, you should know about the syllabus, you should know about the chapters, division of the subjects, you should know about each and everything regarding MRCOG. So if you have recently cleared the PLAB and you have done with all the emergency medicine, that information, I'm not saying it's useless in MRCOG. Definitely, if you have learned something, it will be important, it will be worthy in the coming exams too. And the concepts and the knowledge you have got from the preparation of one exam, it's very, very important for the other one also. But there is a certain thing which you need to understand, that MRCOG is a specialty exam for OBS and gynae. So if you are not preparing it in that way, you are preparing in a wrong way. Okay. So be very, very specific when you are selecting the topics. Like we keep on telling students that there is a very solid example of anatomy with you. If you are reading anatomy for MRCOG and you start reading upper limb and brain and eyes and ears, that's, I would use the word this useless. The anatomy of ear, the anatomy of nose, anatomy of eyes is useless for MRCOG because they are going to ask major portion of the anatomy from pelvis and perineum mainly. Why? Because you are one taking specialty example of OBS gynae, and you know the importance of pelvis and perineum, the anatomy of pelvis and perineum in the MRCOG and OBS gynae. So you should know about the syllabus. And if you think there is another mistake students do, what they do, they keep on reading stuff and they do not take the guidance. So it's better, always better to study under the guidance. Start reading with the group which is updated, which is giving you all the good materials, and they are giving you updated information about which books to select, which SBS sources you have to follow. So in that way, you can fix this problem. And if you are unable to answer an SBA, you should go behind the cause. During the preparation time, you should go behind the cause. Why you are not able to find the correct answer. Another thing which happened to me as well is the absent-mindedness. Okay, you know about something, you have covered that chapter very well, you have revised it, but in the exam, you are thinking about the answer and you can't recall it properly. And students relate it with aging and memory loss. And I don't believe this thing. This is totally about a powerful revision. This is totally about being more attentive and being more confident in the exam. If you are done with the chapter, if you are done with the topic, you can easily recall, and taking the correct answer from that information in, just saved in your brain is very much easy. If you just don't go into a zone of like absent-mindedness, and if you keep yourself active and energetic and hopeful and very much positive while taking the exam. So I would suggest everyone who is going to take July exam, just take a short break, just a week or two, and then restart. Follow updated study materials. This is something I keep on telling students. I keep on emphasizing on this thing that books are old. We have very old versions of our theory books and SBS books. And you need to understand that in your exams, they ask updated guidelines, they ask updated information. So you have to follow updated study materials. If you are unable to find from where to get the updated study material, you should know that in our live sessions, we have added everything quite updated. All the new guidelines are covered in our syllabus, and all the new like researches or percentages which are given in the books incorrect, we have fixed them. Okay, make study partners. So, Dr. Prerna, you have given your suggestion about the cause of the failure. Now, I want another suggestion from you. What do you think? Making study partner works for post graduation exam or not? What do you think? And we have Dr. Lebika. Dr. Lebika, I'm sure this time you are preparing very well for the exam. So, what do you think? If you are making a study partner, how it can benefit you for the study? Do you think it's a waste of time, or do you think it's a very valuable thing to follow? How to find serious study partners? It's necessary. You asking or telling me? I think, doctor, making study partner is a good thing, but it's not necessary. I mean, you can study without a study partner, but it's more good if you make a person study partner who is following the same schedule as yours. So in our study room, what happens? Students start studying together, and if the time zone matches, if they are from the same country, and if they are following the same study material, like in our study group, everyone is following our live session and the website. So they make the study partners, and I have like collection of good scores from those students, and they really get the good scores because they are motivating each other, they are like competing with each other in a positive way, obviously, and they are telling each other to study because in this very, very busy routine, it's very difficult to keep up with the schedule. So if you have a person who is pushing you daily, uh, and he is telling you to study daily, then you cover the work and then you go to sleep. And this is another thing. It's like a good news for the students that I am a study partner for thousands of students. I daily study in the group. I don't study in a way like I'm a teacher and I'm just asking the questions. It's like we are sitting around on a table and we are discussing the topics. So in our study rooms, we are from different countries and we are from different time zones. But what we do, the discussion time is so active, is so energetic, and all the students are participating in the discussions, and we keep on discussing some of the topics which are difficult, and we collect the questions from different topics and discuss them. So I really enjoy, and I study in a way like other students are doing, and this is like I'm a study partner for thousands of students, so you can join me in my discussion in the study rooms. And killing the negativity and thinking that exam is difficult, thinking that you can't clear the exam, thinking that this time in your life you are not having time for the study. This is a very negative thought because if you don't take the exam in July, in the January, life will not change. The situation will be more difficult for you. The kids will be more grown up and they will be causing more fuss and mess in the house. And there will be no one who will help you in the January. And if there is any help, if there is any miracle which is going to happen, it will happen in the July. So kill the negativity from your inside and take the exam with a very positive hope. And what are the things which you need to avoid? Do not study without a proper guideline. If you are just going towards the study table and you are picking up the same books in the same study routine, that would not work. And I don't want students to suffer again. So what I would say, take proper guidance, and our customer support number of MedExam is 24/7 available for the students, and thousands of students are taking guidance from our MedExam team. We give them individual session also, we call them, we provide them study materials, we help them in every way, and we guide them. There are some members of team, and I keep wondering when they sleep. They keep on interacting with the students individually, and they keep on telling them how to take MRCOG-1 exam and how to clear it in first attempt. So take proper guidance from MedExam team. Repeating mistakes like faulty study methods and relying on faulty files of recalls. These two things which I have written here, these are so important to understand. These are actually very important to understand for the students of part 2 MRCOG as well, because the files of recalls, these are like, we used to call them culprit files, because they have a lot of wrong questions, they have a lot of wrong answers, and some files are so old, they are from 2015 and 16, and their updated guidelines from which they have not added anything. And students are coming from the exam and they are recalling in their mind, oh, this was the question number one, this was like this, and that could be the answer. And other students, the juniors who are working, who are reading answers from those files, they just cram the answers in that way. And this is not a good way of preparation. Always, always, I've told you, dig the cause, find the cause, why you have marked an answer incorrect, and always, always get the correct and updated study material. And another mistake which you are likely to be doing at this time, you're thinking that MRCOG is a difficult exam. It's definitely, definitely not difficult for a person who is already working in OBS Gynae. And I'm sure anyone who has done with this country's exam in OBS Gynae, he can take MRCOG, and I'm sure in 3 to 4 months you can clear it easily. Another mistake which students do these days is the following of social media groups, a lot of social media groups for the study. And there was a student, she's our course student, and she told me today that she's not taking part in daily discussions. And I was so sad, I was so unhappy, and I was like asking the team, how come she has not joined the session? She's following the course from 1 month, and how come she's not joining this daily discussions? It's like we have wasted a lot of time, and she has wasted a lot of time with this confusion. So she told me the reason that there are 100 above groups she has already joined for MRCOG-1 on the Facebook. And I was so amazed to see, and she sent me the screenshot. They were like so old groups. And I told her that this is not a good practice. You have to follow one study platform. If you have joined a course, only follow their study room, only make notes from one mentor. You don't have to follow like 100 study platforms. It won't work, and it will make you a lot of it will cause a lot of confusions. And sometimes there is a different approach of different mentors. So I won't suggest that you have to go to like every OBSCANI, every existing group of OBSCANI, and you don't have to follow everything given on the social media. So be very much sure that you pick the groups wisely and you save your time and energy. So now tell me if you have any questions regarding today's discussion, and please tell me that if you want to take help for coming attempt, if you want to take exam in coming July, if you want to take exam in coming January, let me know. Let med exam team know about your plan, your study plan, if you need any help. And if you have find out the cause of not clearing the exam in first go, what help do you need? And if there was the study material which was a cause, then we can fix it. And if it was the improper guidance, then we can fix it. And if you think that your life routine is so busy, then we can fix it. And what do you think how we can fix? A person is 24/7 busy. Like if I'm a person, I'm working, I'm running a clinic, I'm working in a hospital, I'm giving time to the baby, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing everything, all the house chores, then how you are going to make MRCOG-1 easy for me? So I have a solution. I have a solution for all such students. I will make the study material very simple to follow for them. So all the mentors, Dr. Desiree, Dr. Helmi, Dr. Ramya, we all keep on working on this thing that we make students do a lot of study in the study room. So if there is a task which is taking 4 to 5 hours, if one person is sitting on the table and opening the book and he is reading one thing in 4 to 5 hours, we make it so simple that we study that topic in just 1 hour in the daily discussion. And if there is a chapter a student is going to cover in a month, we make it so simple. We cover it in 3 to 4 hours. How we do it? We are so skilled at this thing. We are qualified mentors. And why I'm so sure that we are able to do this? Because we make students get very good results. very good results in first attempt. That too is very important because in your life you don't have time that you are attending the exam with insufficient preparation or improper planning and you are failing the exam. In this life, if you are going to take MRCOG with the proper help, with the proper guidance, you can clear it in first go. And this should be your goal too because you don't have enough money and time to waste and to take attempts and attempts and you are not going to clear it because it's just you are not sitting at a place for proper study, following the proper study schedule. Dr. Rabia is talking about the syllabus and the books and MCQs books required for MRCOG. When Dr. Rabia team is contacting you for this detail and they are giving you all the details about the books. We were discussing a few things about the books. I've told you the books are old, but still you can follow Oxford theory book and essential revision guide. For SBS sources, there are a lot of SBS sources, but the past MRCOG and FRAT-OG, these are the good ones and these are the authentic ones. If you are getting the updated SBS sources from past MRCOG, that's a good thing. And of course, doing past papers files is very important, but you should know that you are not following the incorrect answers and you are not following the old information. Okay. So doctors, if you have any other question regarding today's discussion, you can ask. And if it happens that you want to discuss your situation individually, you can send the message to MRCOG medic exam team and they will help you definitely in a very good way. And if you want to talk to me personally about your situation and you want to discuss that what should be the next plan for you for the preparation, you can tell me. You can take the number. We have Usman, our team member, with you, and he can provide you my contact number and we can discuss it further. So very, very good luck for all the coming exams in your life. And you are already dealing with a lot and a lot in your life, and clearing an exam is is such an easy task for a hardworking person like you. Thank you, Dr. Labika. Uh, you are always appreciating the efforts of our team, and we like feel very energetic when students say positive words. Yes, Dr. Noor Afshar, session is not ended here, so you can drop
Ma'am,
your
I had
question.
actually I had messaged you in your personal number yesterday after taking my both topic tests. I had some issues and I had mentioned in the message in your WhatsApp number, but I guess you were very busy. You could not reply me back because I was a little bit disappointed with my performance. Though I was doing fine in group, discussions every day. I was participating and doing fine, but in topic test I could not make it, and it's so much demotivating me, and I'm, it's breaking my confidence also. I yesterday I felt so bad. I was like, what should I do? It's just a simple topic test and I couldn't do it. While in group discussions I was doing fine. My preparation was every day I was participating. So like how, like this kind of thing, how I should like again motivate myself and like feel a bit more confident, because I couldn't make it in neither endo nor
So
phys.
a
I was
quick
surprised.
question, Dr. Afshar. Have you attended today's genetics session or not?
No, ma'am, sorry, I was at work. I could not. I tried my best to log in, but again, I was called on for patients, so I could not do it. I could not attend live session. I was at work.
Okay. That's fine. Dr. Afshan, there is always a right time to start your preparation. And I'm sure you have started your preparation at the right time, 3 to 4 months before if you are taking the exam in July. And at this time, you are sitting with the books and you are taking the sessions and you are talking about the preparation. This is all you need. You don't have to be a very active person, just like 1 month before exam I want you to study daily. I want you to study like more than 6 hours. But at this time, if you are not getting the desired score, if you are unable to attend a session live, see, you have a time span of 10 days for covering a subject. So if you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
not so active on 2 to 3 days, it's fine. It's totally fine. And we are giving you this edge of following the schedule with a lot of flexibility. Okay. And the
Yes,
topic
ma'am.
test score, I would say It's very important to take the test. It's very important to assess yourself. But I would say, this is not showing anything that you are going to take MRCOG-1 exam and you are going to fail it. Okay, this topic test
Okay.
is not the decision of your result in your exam. This topic test is just giving you an indication that these questions were important. And sometimes,
Okay.
I have covered all the important things in the live session already. We have
Yes.
done a lot of discussion in the study room, and I'm sure if
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
taken part in those things, these are already in your mind. So what we do in the topic test, we cover those topics which are left behind. So
Okay.
we do not expect students to get 100 by 100. And we totally understand that with all kinds of duties, with all kinds of responsibilities, it's not possible to get the top score in the topic test all the time. So we are very hopeful that all the active students in our study room, they are going to get the very good result. And you should also be
Allah.
very positive if there during your preparation, if there is any
Yes,
day
ma'am.
you are unable to cope up with the schedule, you are unable to follow the schedule, make sure you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
not sleeping with zero study. Make sure.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
do something like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just one topic, just one question from the study room, or just reading the discussion. Be connected with the study. Okay, be connected. That's all
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can do. Okay,
Yes.
I'm sure if you have family responsibilities, if your health is bad, and for the
Yes,
Muslim
ma'am. A
students,
lot.
Ramzan is coming in. A lot of students are telling me that they are unable to
Yes,
study during the
ma'am.
exam because they will worship and they have some like other responsibilities like cooking and a lot of difficult things during the fasting. So
Yeah,
I'm telling them
babies,
that
work,
take care
household
of your
chores.
health first.
Yes.
Okay, there are a lot of household responsibilities and these are also important. So post graduation exams are not something like we have done the profs in the MBBS. This is not like that. So I have told you to keep a lot of positivity in your mind, and you should know
Inshallah.
that life has been changed now, and how you will clear the
Yes.
exam with this routine. And
Inshallah.
Allah is with you, God is with you, and you will
Uh,
definitely go through it. We have my wonderful
Thank
friend Dr.
you so
Luzine
much,
here.
ma'am.
She's Dr. Luzine is giving you a good advice. She's saying, do not give up. Listen to the recording anytime, anywhere you can. Well done, great
Yes,
advice.
ma'am. Sure.
You can definitely do that whenever you can post in study group. We will join you. Wow. And you have got a study partner as well. And she's the best study partner, I'm sure. She's telling you that you can use your study group up as a place where like I am working 12 hours, then I'm doing some house chores, and then I'm like sitting on the bed and I'm about to sleep, but there is something in my mind that I
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
study. You just open up the group and post a question, and other students who are awake at that time, they will join you. I can join you at that time quickly. So we will quickly finish the topic in 10 to 15 minutes, and you will sleep with a very good and very satisfied kind of feeling that you have done
Yes, ma'am.
something
Sure.
with managing everything you have done some study today. So, doctors,
Yes, ma'am.
I never advise anyone to ignore the kids for the exam. I never advise anyone to suffer the relations for the exam. This is something we can
Mm,
manage with our daily routine. And for
Inshallah.
the health, there is med exam team. The mentors are
Yes,
making the
ma'am.
study materials
Thank
very
you so
difficult
much.
topics simple for you. Like today, we were discussing pedigree, and pedigree is very
Yes,
difficult
ma'am.
topic.
I missed
But
it. I felt so bad because
you
I am
can
really a
see the
great fan of
recording.
you. Only I just know you from
Oh,
this January batch, but really because of you only I can study. I swear, only this group
so
discussion is
sweet.
helping me a lot, and Alhamdulillah, I am very satisfied with the by joining MedExpert. But only the problem is yesterday's topic test only discouraged me a bit. I scored in Endo
No,
59
I
and
just hope
in Physio
I have boosted you up
49,
enough.
something
And
like that.
one thing I can suggest you, now we have started the genetics too. So I would say that focus on the genetics first. But there is another thing. On Sunday, we are doing nothing for the genetics. We are doing nothing on Sunday, and you can use Sunday for revising some important topics of physiology. I have told you, do not target for 100% preparation for post-graduation exams. You are unable to read every existing book in this world for physiology. and all you can do is to follow the live session and get like a suitable adjustable score in the topic test, and that's all. Because exam is not all about endo and physiology. You will get a
Sure.
good number of questions to subjects, but it's not deciding that whether you are going to fail the exam or not. Okay, so be positive about it.
Sure. Inshallah. Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
God
is
bless.
there any other question? You can write the question in the chat box, or you can ask by turning on the mic. Okay, students, I wish you very good luck for the coming exam. Students who are resitting, thank you, Dr. Hannah. Students who are resitting in the exam, they have already a lot of knowledge, and they have an experience. I won't call it a bad experience that you have not got the desired result. I will say getting above 60% is itself an achievement, and you can improve the score with very little hard work and some improvement in your study, or sometimes there is a faulty technique, and if you have fixed it by the help of mentors, that's all you can do. And thank you, Dr. Sidra. So sweet. And I would say that it's the positivity which will keep you a line up in your life, which will keep you in line. And this is the positivity which will be giving you a lot of courage for the coming exam. Whether it's your first attempt this July, the coming exam, the July one, whether it's your first attempt or it's your second attempt or it's your last attempt, it's your attitude which is gonna fix the result. So
Inshallah.
good night and take a good sleep, and with a very good um, hope and positivity, keep studying for the exam. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye. God bless you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.